Hi, Earth signs. This is for Capricorn, oh Lord, Taurus, Virgo placements. Welcome back to the Mother Tressa channel. If you are new, before we even get any further, then please hit that subscribe button and turn the post notifications on so that you are made aware as soon as I upload a video. But this is for Sun, Moon, Rising, Midheaven, Venus, Jupiter placements of Earth signs. I was doing the individual 12 signs, but for the sake of time, I'm going out of town this weekend. I won't have time to like edit and upload all 12. I am doing it by the elements. So I'm just giving you guys something to hold on to that can, you know, keep you full until I can get back into doing each individual sign. But let's get into it and see what you have coming into your life, who may be coming into your life at this time. Still gonna be doing the what the actual fuck spread. And at some point I'm gonna have to stop saying the word full out because I know that they be demonetizing people for no reason these days. I mean, if nothing else, you're just focusing on yourself. No news is good news. Okay. What you guys have for the overlying energy is the Five of Wands. So some conflict for sure, some strife that you have going on, tension that you may have. If not with yourself, it can be people in your external environment. This can be family members and or friends. The cruise that hounds you is the Four of Swords, but I do definitely feel like it's somebody that has access to like your personal space and or environment, because the number 4 is Cancer's house naturally, which is all about home and comfort. So I feel like your home life is affected right now. So definitely dealing with mother, father, sister, brother, cousins, or again like good friends that have access to your energy. If you hear any noise in the background, I'm also trying to wash some clothes. So that's what that is. What's real about the situation for you guys though, you have the Ace of Cups. I just feel like a lot is going on. Like a lot of background noise, a lot of just distractions period in y'all's life. What's wrong about the situation? You have the Eight of Cups where you need more information. The Nine of Cups. Who was that in particular? Was it Capricorn whose reading I did not too long ago? And it was just like a spread of like just water energy? Because if so, you guys are definitely taking advantage of this reading. Like you're taking over the reading. It's all about y'all. But where you guys end up, outcome card, you have the Moon. Bottom of the deck is the Five of Coins. So two fives here, which is all about like things changing in your life. So maybe you're changing residence, okay? Maybe you moved from like, say like the outer city limits and you've recently moved like closer to the city, and so you hear a lot of like the noise and commotion that goes on at nighttime, which disturbs your peace, like, and it prevents you from having a good night's sleep. So then you wake up on the wrong side of bed more frequently than you were, like, or that you had in the past. And so that doesn't really put you in the best of moods. Like you don't really wake up being able to give the day your all, you know what I'm saying, or put your best foot forward here. But if not, again, you are just in an environment that does not cater to your needs here. It's not something that challenges you. Like, we all need challenges in our lives, but it's not a healthy, challenging type of atmosphere. Okay, maybe it has something to do with like the air pressure. If like, say you live in an environment that's not necessarily the cleanest, because this can be dirty energy too with this Five of Wands. So if you never like declutter your space, in like your environment's always like moist, say for example, also with like the water energy that's coming in, then you're susceptible to mold, which of course once it is infiltrated into your system, you start to breathe that in. It can cause health problems or just other like adverse side effects. So that's something that you have to look into. Like, you just need to get out of wherever you are in the atmosphere right now, right? Whatever you are surrounded in, it's not doing anything but causing, again, strife in your life. It's not conducive to your growth here. Some of you guys are just conflicted, like you're holding back verbally what it is that you need to get off of your chest, or what it is that you need to say to a potential person here. Because what's real about the situation is you have the Ace of Cups. Maybe you have like the aces, especially when it comes to Ace of Cups, is all about like the sensation. So this can be like somebody's piqued your interest. You're not necessarily certain where it's gonna go yet. Maybe they feel for you a little bit more deeply than you do for them. You know what I'm saying? And they're kind of trying to just like force you to like make up your mind in a sense, as far as asking you questions pertaining to like where you guys are like going in it, like the what are we type of questions that are coming up. And for some of you guys, you're not the confrontational type earth signs, and so it can be difficult to like have these conversations and to be forthcoming is what I'm hearing. So that's something that you're going to have to practice this month with, just letting people know where they stand in your life, or just reasserting your boundaries without being like demanding about it, or coming off as like being very rude. You know what I'm saying? Where you are like really insensitive. What's wrong with the situation? Eight of Cups, where you're being insensitive when it comes to another person's feelings. So yeah, that can be the case. You're dealing with somebody that you like for sure, but that you don't love right now. You know what I'm saying? And you don't necessarily know where it's going. And so until you can figure that out with the Knight of Cups, you kind of just want to be more by yourself, or again, you have to get in touch with your emotions. If that's something that you're not necessarily comfortable with being sensitive, with being open, with being compassionate, with being nurturing, or with being nurtured. There are some people that are just more comfortable with giving love than receiving love. So for some of you guys, that's what you have to work on. Or again, it's just emotional maturity. That's something that you're having to develop, maybe at a faster rate or pace than what you're comfortable with, right? That's the cruise that hounds you. You're having to grow up a lot faster than you wanted to emotionally if you plan to be in a relationship with someone, or just as far as the way that you look at things and how you go about handling relationships. You can come off as very like not just naive, but like anxious, avoidant, always kind of taking things like as a joke, being more lighthearted here when it calls for you to be a little bit more serious, or again when it calls for you to be a little bit more in tune. You're just not comfortable with intimacy, maybe physical touch, or maybe just the full act of sex altogether. Those types of things just aren't your like forte, for lack of a better word. Like, it's just not your forte. Those aren't your strengths here. So that's what you're having to work on and or cultivate. Working on concepts of forgiveness as well, because the number 9 speaks to Sagittarius's house, and being more expansive, again, maturing emotionally. Maybe somebody has woken up these senses within you. For a long time, you've been on the defense in matters of the home and or what you want surrounding like your home, like your idea, philosophies about home and what that looks like for you, what that feels like for you. Somebody's kind of like woken up the sleeping dragon in a sense here. What you truly desire is starting to come more to the forefront. It's not something that you can deny anymore, much like you really truly desire companionship, you know what I mean? So I feel like those things are coming through for themes that you guys are focusing on at this time. Like, it's okay to want companionship and to not be so defensive and try to be the cool guy, to have those cool points with friends, you know what I'm saying, just to fit in because of like social or peer pressure, you know what I'm saying, for it to be accepted. There we go. So I feel like you guys are looking more so at that in the ways that you've been trying to do that, because you don't want to come off as being soft or sensitive. Again, this is for males or females, whoever is to come across this channel at this time that this resonates with. You've been like, oh, I don't need a man, you know what I'm saying, I'm self-sufficient, I can do it on my own, look at all these other great things that I have going on. or just being like very anxious avoidant when it comes to love altogether. You don't feel secure when it comes to loving relationships, because again, that's not like your forte. You guys are more of like the studious types, or you're just more of the like career focus. Like other things have always been more important, that you have prioritized over your feelings, and over having companionship, and really having like deep, like not just scratching the surface, but like deep personal, interpersonal relationships with people and connections with people, where you guys are really understanding each other. And again, where it's allowing for you to flow more freely in spaces that involve like your heart and the heart center, and just being very open and or vulnerable, you know what I mean, by fully just letting your guard down and really letting the true authentic version of yourself shine through. I feel like a lot of you guys are kind of done with wanting to suppress that. The 8 of Cups, I believe, came through for the fire signs, the elements that I did for the elements, the fire sign elements, I can't talk, the fire elements, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, that came through for them in the 8 of Cups. And for some of them, if this isn't about matters of love, right, that can't be your central focus, because you have to work on healing and forgiving your heart for potential pain and strife that you've gone through. You've always been in a relationship that wound up or ended on a toxic note, or where there was just power struggles, you know what I'm saying? There can never be like a compromise or finding a middle ground in relationships, or that's something that you've just come out of. And dealing with somebody where all you guys did was argue, so that's like the furthest thing from your mind right now here, and so you're wanting just something else, something different. Then with the 8 of Cups, what's wrong about the situation is needing to look at it from a more optimistic approach, which is what we lead into with the 9 of Cups, right? There is a progression here with this row. You go from the Ace to the 8 of Cups to the 9 of Cups to the Moon. So just again, that emotional maturity and going on that level, and it happens pretty fast. It may happen around the new moon where things just click for you. You have a lot of epiphanies about things in life and love, and the way that you regard situations, like your perspective that you have on them, and just learning not to take things personally or just hold on to that energy, because with the moon being like Cancer's presiding house or card, Cancers tend to just hold on and harbor things, right? They're not the sign that easily forgets, just waits for a time to be able to like bring the situation back up, doesn't want to let it go. There's never like really resolutions. But instead of doing that, it's just understanding like your dreams and your aspirations are taking you elsewhere, and so you really need to turn your attention back into yourself, okay? And just putting more positive, or just having a more uplifting, positive mood going forward, and being able to maintain that high vibration, so that more calming, peaceful, inviting, nurturing, again, intimate things can come into your life, intimate experiences, things that you have been missing out on. Because like how I want to put this just really quickly is like, there are some people like Capricorns, and I know a lot of Virgos that are really successful in life. They'll skip going to like high school, or for other reasons they can't attend like a public high school. They've never gone to prom, or other things that like took them away from having those experiences, so you've missed out on a lot. So it's like redirecting your focus so that you can recreate or have different experiences, so that you can have a more fulfilling life that you appreciate and that you enjoy, right? Hear all about the sensations and having heightened sensations and heightened intuition at this time as well, having more inklings or having more prophetic dreams about things and people and situations that are coming into your life next, and really being able to filter with all of this water energy what it is that you actually want in your life, right? What it is that you desire to have it as an experience, and just releasing whatever doesn't suit you back out into the ether and letting that go. You have a different cycle coming in. So that's what I have for you guys. If this reading resonated, definitely give me a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, subscribe for more, and book with me should you need it. But if you don't, and I don't hear from you in the comment section below, then just do take care of yourself and your soul here until you hear from me again, okay? Ciao.